Hi everyone, welcome back to the Black Kids White Coats channel. My name is Lillian and I'm here today to share with you guys my experience with Step 2 CK. So I just took Step 2 CK 2 days ago, still recovering, but you know, it's all good, it's all done. I'm still processing the fact that I've taken the second, it's a pretty important exam, but it's also like, dang, like you're almost done with medical school basically. So I wanted to do this cute little video of like me studying and doing the study vlog and whatever that people do, but I realized I had no time and I was stressed and yeah, I didn't get to do that. So instead I'm going to just talk about my experience. I'm going to talk about how I studied for CK as well as Step 1. I'm yet to do a video on that. Be sure to look out for those videos. So the way my school does it is you take Step 1 after your first 2 years of medical school. That's after you've learned your basic sciences, or just like at a desk and like lectures, learning all day. Your Step 2 is taken after third year. That's after you've done your core rotations and clerkships. And I really feel that there was a huge difference when I was studying from Step 1 versus Step 2. Step 2 just made a lot more sense for me when I was studying because I'd already gone through, like, you know, I was in the hospital, I was actually doing some of these things. Also, you realize your shelves, like, you feel like they're useless, but like they actually do prepare you, like you're studying for those shelves at each point. So there are just a lot of things you've already seen by the time you come and, like, you know, start studying for Step 2. So that's one thing that was nice. It was great to like be able to, you know, feel like this stuff is actually important. Not to say that it's not important, but just application wise. So for this exam I took 6 weeks to study for it. I feel like that's more of a luxury than than for other people. I actually am doing a gap year to do the MD MBA joint degree, so I did have a little bit more flexibility in my schedule to be able to take some time to actually study for Step 2. Some people take 4 weeks, some people take it right after M3 rotations because it's still fresh in your brain. Some people do a light rotation during that time and study for the exam. Kind of do what works for you, I think, is what the main thing. Do what works for your schedule. For me, I just needed that time after third year. Third year was rough for me, y'all. So I just needed some time to decompress. I needed some time. I didn't really take a full block of a break, but like during the time of studying I allowed myself to take care of myself and like go out every once in a while and see human beings and do normal people stuff. So that's why it was so spread out. I would say to make sure to take care of yourself, y'all. It's very important to take care of your mental health and everything. Right before the exam I had a nervous breakdown. I like called my brother like the morning of. I was like, I can't do this. I feel like it just hit me how huge of an exam it is. It's like, don't stress, but like still, like it's huge. So like just take care of yourself, make sure, you know, exercise, pray, do whatever works for you in terms of taking care of yourself. So in terms of like preparing for the testing experience, for me, I had already taken Step 1 at the same testing area, so I feel like I was mentally prepared for that aspect of things. Do note that Step 2 CK, it is like 9 hours long, so it's 8 blocks ranging from 38 to 40 questions. I was surprised I got some blocks with 38 questions. I was like, yes. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Then one thing that surprised me is that they gave us 45 minutes for a break. I thought it was an hour, and like I found out when I was over there that it was actually 45 minutes, and that's because the little session before that's 15 minutes can be added on to your break. And any other, if you finish a block early, that can be added on to your break time and to make it an hour. So just be mindful of that. For me, some reason I thought it would be like the 15 minutes for the little thing in the beginning with the tutorial, then an hour for the break. That's not the case. But like going through the flow of the exam, the break time wasn't something that I was fully like, I wasn't really worried about it as I was going through, because you know you finish some blocks early and that's added on to your time, so it was fine in terms of the break time. You can always do a practice run. I believe I was at the Prometric sites. I don't know if they do it anywhere else, but there is a practice run, I believe, of questions that you can do before the time, just if you want to get used to sitting at a computer and just know what the experience is like. I actually did that for Step 1. I was grateful I did it just to get the nerves off from that. So that's available, I believe, if you like go on the website and all of that stuff, just like a practice test that can be done at Prometric. You do have to pay for it. I think it's like $70 or something, but it may be worth it if you tend to get nervous for like testing and stuff. So, things to wear. This was super important, especially like again, like I said, the practice test was really helpful for me to like just pick out the nitty gritty. I'm like really specific logistics for things to wear. So each time you go in and out for the break, they check your wrists, they check your ankles, your pockets, and everything. So in order to make things really move efficiently, for me, I wore leggings with no pockets so you can see my ankles. Then I wore a short sleeve. You can also bring a jacket. I would recommend bringing an actual light jacket and not like a full-on jacket or something that looks like a jacket. So during my step 2, like there was actually someone who brought in it was like a light jacket, but it looked like a jacket that you can wear outside. They don't allow that, and that was like a whole thing that happened where she just wasn't allowed to bring it in. The temperature of the room is usually like 70 to 74 degrees, so it's not like cold or anything, but I tend to get cold. I brought in a light jacket along with my t-shirt and my leggings and my gym shoes, like real comfortable, just so that things go like coming in and out would be like really efficient. And then you could leave your jacket on your chair so you don't have to like bring out your pockets for your jacket or whatever. I don't know, it's just like really nitty gritty things that like I pick up that I thought I should share with y'all. So things to bring. First 2 things, like you literally cannot take the exam without these things, is your ID or passport and your scheduling permit. Like if you forget anything, do not forget that. You can show your scheduling permit on your phone, or you can print it out. Definitely print it out if you like get anxious or nervous about those things, because who knows what could happen on the day of. Other things to bring, like I mentioned before, a really light jacket that looks like a sweater or something, not like a full-on jacket. I brought snacks on snacks on snacks, like snacks on snacks. I brought like protein bars, fruits, a meal as well, like salad, protein, all that stuff. I listened to Dirty USMLE. I'll shout them out. Dirty USMLE video where you talked about really just trying to get brain food and like protein so that you don't crash, like have a sugar load crash. So I did a lot of that, like a lot of protein bars and cashews and stuff. And then of course coffee. I bought coffee, lots of coffee. I had 2 cups of coffee because I didn't want to like crash. Like I needed to just keep the constant flow of coffee. So each break I just took a sip of coffee and then took my snack or whatever. And then also earplugs. They do have noise canceling headphones. I didn't really like them. They're not very comfortable in my opinion. So I would bring earplugs. It's just, you know, just so you can have your own personal, I don't know. Yeah. Another thing, I wear glasses. And they do search your glasses, which is interesting. So every time you go in and out for a break, you just have to place your glasses down. They make sure there's no like, you know, camera or anything in it. So if you wear contacts and you feel comfortable with that, I mean, just little things that will help to like keep that break time like efficient as possible is one other thing. And then finally, I also got pain relievers just for like headaches and stuff, like just in case. It is a long exam, and if you do get headaches or something from like looking at a screen too long, it may be helpful to bring some prophylaxis for your headaches, which is something that I personally did. So yeah. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about these breaks, just a little bit. One thing that kind of like threw me off of my flow was there were some delays along the lines. Maybe the person wasn't there like in front of the testing area when I am going in and out for my break. So it's just like little things, y'all. Like just don't let anything throw you off that day, because it's just like everything is timed, right? So you may be a little more anxious, especially because it's test day. So just make sure you're prepared for that. Take into account how long it will take you to get in and out. It's never really predictable, unfortunately. Hopefully at your testing site it's a little more like fluid and stuff, but like these little tips that I've told you guys about wearing like light stuff, your glasses and all of that stuff should hopefully keep you in the flow of things for your breaks. And once you get into the testing area, there's a screen, you do your tutorial, they give you a whiteboard. For me personally, again, I quote Dirty USMLE. I wrote all of my biostats formulas and all of that during like the tutorial time, just because I tend to like, especially when I'm like in the flow of these blocks, like I tend to forget things. So unfortunately, so just, or not necessarily forget things, but like it's easier to just have the formula in front of you so you can just plug and chug versus trying to remember the formula on top of answering like 320 questions. So I would recommend, taking that time in the beginning to write down just little things, just have like a little cheat sheet, not really a cheat sheet obviously, but like things that you want to make sure that you just quickly look at to answer some of these questions that may pop up. One last thing is, you're not going to know everything. I think it's okay to go into the exam saying, okay, I'm probably going to see some things that I don't know. And I think if you go in with that mindset, you won't be completely thrown off. Like, just, there are some questions that'll pop up, you'll be like, huh? And then just like, you just keep going. In terms of studying for this exam felt a lot like UWorld, like my UWorld blocks and the self-assessments. Like, I was like, oh, like, sometimes I'll feel like this thing, like that block was rough or like stuff like that, and it'll either turn out fine or whatever. But like I'm saying, in terms of the flow of things, in terms of how literally it looks, like if you don't know for step 1 as well, like the format of it looks like UWorld, so it's nice so that you're just kind of in that mindset of just, you know, just click. So my recommendation for studying for step 2 CK is definitely UWorld. I will do a more detailed video on what I did to study for it, but I just wanted to put that out there. It is beneficial to just kind of hammer through those questions, especially on rotations, just so you're applying things as you go. Make sure to surround yourself with positive people during that time. Like I told y'all, like I literally was crying. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna be able to do this. And like my brother was like, yo, you got this, like yada yada yada. Like just make sure, or even just self-talk, like during the exam is not gonna feel it. Maybe let me not put that on y'all. It may not feel like you're getting everything right or you're getting things right, but just keep going. You know, let your mindset like be, let's just get these things right that I need to get right, and let's just keep going. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. Definitely more videos will be coming soon now that I'm a quote-unquote free bird. Not really, but kind of. Yeah, so be sure to look out for that, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like, y'all, subscribe. Be sure to drop your questions below, comments below. If you have any tips, any advice for those who are studying for step 2 CK, make sure to drop them below in the comments section. And yeah, as I said, subscribe, and I will see all of y'all later. Bye.